All right. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Mark Corn Kid coming from my NASCAR corner here. Reactions and thoughts about this year's Daytona 500. Probably one of the most exhilarating, like every year, in my opinion, one of the most exhilarating. Even though I've watched them over the years, but for me, the most exhilarating was because Kyle finally managed to make it to the very end, like literally the last few laps. And because every year it's always been taken out stage one or at the beginning, middle. So kind of good to see, kind of glad to see him finally get down to the very end there and kind of finish the 500. So, that to me is, I'll take it, win-win. I was disappointed to see him kind of get that close and have literally 2 laps to go. Him and Austin 1-2, and literally the last moment Suarez brings out a caution, and it's like, yeah, but that's racing. I want to hear your thoughts on that, though. Should they have thrown the caution? Should they have let it go green? I'll let you guys debate on that and what you think. To me, honestly, I think they would have been fine getting away with it. 2 laps to go. And obviously, with a lot of people hearing Kyle's interview after the race with him saying, I wish it was the 98 rules, and I guess you can debate in the comments about all that. I'll let you give your thoughts and opinions on that. And everybody's entitled to it. So no need to make fun of my opinions or judge me for my opinions. We're all people here. We're all able to speak freely without hate speech, So please feel free to just give your thoughts in the comments down below and let me know what you think on that whole caution with Suarez in the last 2 laps to go. But I was really hoping Kyle would have won it. Like, that would have literally been one of the greatest races ever. Him and Austin finishing 1-2. And I personally was literally at the edge of my seat, like just shaking, so nervous, my heart beating, heart pounding. And I was, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. But because obviously with his past history, Kyle's past history at Daytona, him wrecking, like I said, usually every lap, stage one or at the beginning, stage two in the middle, so it's kind of nice to actually see him get as far as he did and almost make it to the end. And I was pulling for him. Like, and me personally, I'm a big Kyle fan. I don't know what it is about Kyle. His drive to win, a new start, new team. And what do you guys want to, what do you guys think about this? Like this topic here, like the fact that he's away from JGR, no longer with JGR. Is that a good thing? Do you guys, to me, I think it's honestly a good thing, because as bad as the year as he kind of had last year, only 1 win, really wasn't getting what he had there towards the end of his stint at Joe Gibbs, and then now he's got a whole new start with Chevy, RCR, new team, new crew chief, new pit crew, a new teammate, and we're just solely talking about one now. He had 3 other teammates at JGR, and now he's only got 1. So is that more of an advantage with just 1 teammate or less of an advantage? I'll let you guys explain to me what y'all think down in the comments below. But I honestly think for him it's a good move. Like, I really do. New start, totally. Like, mindset, clear his mind, fresh, a new car, which means maybe more power in Chevy. I'm a Chevy guy myself, so I love Chevy. So, and I'm glad they brought the Camaro on, and I love the Camaros. But not that I'm saying I don't like Toyota. I like Toyotas too. It's just, is it better for him? Because I know he started his career in a Chevy at Hendrick, so he goes from Chevy to Toyota, now back to Chevy. So um, I think it's a good move. Me personally, like I said, new start, new team, whole new crew, pit crew, new crew chief, Randall Burnett. And um, like I said, a little disappointed with the way the 500 went with him. Just really hoping there at the last moment he could have got it, and he didn't. And um, obviously the clash at the Coliseum out in LA there, he got spun around but came back to finish third. Kyle third, Austin second, and Truex winning. So not a bad start there. And then at the duels, Suarez takes him out and kind of ends his night, ruins his good chances for starting. And even though that's not really an issue, it's, to me, starting at the 500 is not really big, because technically up front anyway, it gets really like bunched up, and it just, to start toward the back at the beginning is fine, because then you can make your way up and slowly progress, and kind of that's what he kind of did, and managed to make it to the end this time. But anyway, obviously, you had Ty Dillon out early, and then of course Bubba just kind of scraping the wall, nothing really major there, and then you had Tyler Reddick getting banged up really bad. And then, that kind of brought up the first big major caution there, the biggest, kind of a big wreck there. And then of course, you had Harvick. I was really pulling for Harvick because I wanted Harvick to win his first 500 since it is his last year. What do you think about Kevin Harvick, too? Like, do you think Kevin is at that point where he should retire? I mean, he's already made that decision and choice, so obviously he's retiring. But do you guys think he could honestly gone maybe one more season? Do you think he could have maybe held off for one more, did this year and one more? But maybe, maybe it is time. Me personally, he's been around since 2001, so that is a long career. Obviously he took over after senior passed on, and, the 3 was no more there. And then of course he jumped in the 29 and took over for Dale. And that's kind of why I've always been a big Harvick fan, because he had some pretty big shoes to fill there in that ride, and to see him come over and take over was kind of huge. So I think it is about time. I mean, he's put in a hell of a career, and I think he's done some good things in that ride, and, especially, after he was with RCR for so long, then he left RCR and then went to Stewart-Haas. So yeah, he's pretty much made his career only at 2 teams, RCR and then Stewart-Haas, I believe. And so, but anyway, sorry to get sidetracked there, but back to the 500. But anyway, I was really pushing for Harvick to win it, though. That would have been kind of nice to see him winning on his last and final year. But and then of course coming down to the end there, with 2 to go. Do you think they should have thrown that caution? Don't you? I think they should have kind of just let it go, because 2 laps left. But anyway, alrighty. I just want to hear your thoughts, though, and what you thought of this year's Daytona 500. And I wanted to hear comments. If you have anything you want to add, put it in the comments down below. Just comment. Let me know what y'all thought of it. I thought it was a great race this year. Very, very good 500. But I also wanted to know about what you thought if Fox overdid it with commercials this year. because I thought it was kind of ridiculous that they, out of the first 30 laps at the very start of the race, it's like you only got to see maybe 10, 12, 13 laps total. And it's like you did 30 laps total, but we missed all of those lead changes. And I felt like we only got to see 10, 11, 12 laps. And it's like, why the hell do you have to take so many commercials? Like, we're missing a good chunk of the race and we missed all these lead changes, and yet they didn't go back and really show us a lot of the lead changes. And I want to hear your thoughts on all that though, so I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. But let me know in the comments. Until next time, peace.